Hey, what is going on, guys? This is your boy the Bengal Dragon. Make sure to hit that like, subscribe, and bell notification buttons, and also leave a comment below in the comment section below, as all your support and interaction really helps this channel and also helps with the YouTube algorithm. At least what I think. Keep getting different emails from YouTube. But anyways, this is going to be a preview of the first ODI between Bangladesh and New Zealand in Dunedin. First of all, it is great to see Bangladesh back in New Zealand after the last tour, which unfortunately ended after a very horrific incident. Just trying to be careful with the words here. A horrific incident that happened, and Bangladesh was actually lucky to survive unscathed. So it is good to see Bangladesh back at it again. And once again, we are without Shakib Al Hasan. So the beginning of 2021 has not been good for Bangladesh when it comes to the presence of Shakib. And also, congratulations on Shakib having, I believe, his third child. This one is a son, I believe. But anyways, excuse me. Bangladesh, I wouldn't say they have the best chance, but they have a good chance, because the news coming out of the New Zealand camp is that Ross Taylor and Kane Williamson is injured and will miss the first ODI. So this means that we're going to get two replacements, and Tom Latham, I believe, is going to captain the side. And New Zealand, as the side that they are, as I mentioned before, the real world champions. Let us not forget, it was England who won the championship on a technicality, which means in the least convincing way other than a disqualification, England won the 2019 World Championship. So New Zealand, to some people, I would like to believe, are the real world champions, and they are maintaining that. And this has been shown by the recent teams that have toured New Zealand. They have had close to impossible times in terms of trying to beat New Zealand in the limited overs format. So there is nothing for Bangladesh to take lightly. In fact, Bangladesh are going in at a disadvantage, given how strong New Zealand are even without Kane Williamson and Ross Taylor. Bangladesh are at a disadvantage in that they're playing without Shakib Al Hasan, that Bangladesh are not playing with their star performer in ODI cricket. But that being said, with every deficiency like this, there is an opportunity. So Daniel Vettori has come in as a spin consultant, and he has indicated that spin will be crucial, or can be crucial, in New Zealand if executed properly. Although this is going to be a morning start to a game, and there's supposedly, predictably, going to be more swing or more movement for the pacers at the University Oval. And Bangladesh have actually gone in loaded more with pacers than with spinners. So that'll be also an interesting factor to see how Bangladeshi pacers execute. And here's where New Zealand might have some trouble, like with people like Hassan Mahmood and Shoriful Islam, people who are not that known to the New Zealand coaching system and the New Zealand batting lineup. There might be a surprise element which Bangladesh can take advantage of, especially in the first ODI. And we might get to see Bangladesh actually winning the match against New Zealand, especially in the first ODI, in terms of an upset. Why I'm calling it an upset here, this is because this is in New Zealand's home ground, and if there's any team that is stronger in their home ground apart from India, it is New Zealand right now. That being said, New Zealand have perhaps the most complete ODI side in the entirety of cricket right now. Given how high India is riding, even more than India, New Zealand have a more complete ODI side. And England, well, they're starting to get figured out now, aren't they? So this is why New Zealand at their absolute strongest, if they get beaten by Bangladesh at least by one match, I would call this an upset, but I would call this a step in the right direction. Because Russell Domingo, he is actually predicting that we might actually win the series. I highly doubt we're going to win the series. I feel that a step in the right direction would be us to win one match. But it is a very necessary step we need to take. And also, if you look at our past record, we have had a winning streak more than a losing streak versus New Zealand. I believe since 2008, we have actually won more times than we have lost against New Zealand. If I'm not mistaken, I believe it's like 9-5 or 9-6. So we have beaten New Zealand in neutral venues. We have beaten New Zealand on our home turf. Now, if we can beat New Zealand in their home turf, essentially, we would be definitely moving in the right direction. But if by a miracle, which I feel it is by a miracle, but obviously it will be deserving, if Bangladesh can actually manage to win the series against New Zealand, then New Zealand will have to say Bangladesh has New Zealand's number, because we know how to beat New Zealand no matter what they do pretty much. So people mostly to look out for are the Pacers. In fact, I am curious to see how Rubal Hussain and Taskin Ahmed, if he gets called up to the playing 11, perform on this squad. And I believe Taskin Ahmed has some redemption to do, because I believe the last tour he was absolutely batted like a mouse to all parts of the ground. If I'm not mistaken. And the spinners, I would like people to keep an eye out on Mehdi Hassan Miraz, because now it is time that Mehdi Hassan Miraz takes a bit more of a lead role in terms of a right arm off break bowler. Because Mahmudullah, Bangladesh's plans are clear that they're not going to have Mahmudullah bowl very much. They're going to put the burden of right arm off break bowling onto Mehdi Hassan Miraz, and it is now about time that he performs, or he starts to mold himself into that prominent, permanent role. Alright guys, those are my predictions. Very likely scenario, Bangladesh will lose the series 3-0, but don't be surprised if Bangladesh actually win one match. And I personally will be surprised if Bangladesh win two matches, and will be absolutely over the moon if Bangladesh manages to whitewash New Zealand, which is the most unlikely scenario. A whitewash of New Zealand by Bangladesh in New Zealand. Please do let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, and as always, hit that like, subscribe and bell notification buttons. This channel is going through I would say a remodeling right now, because I have a lot of other stuff on my plate, especially when it comes to my research and my work, and I'm also like starting to learn Braille as well, so my YouTube stuff has to go on the back burner. But yes, please do support this channel. And also, I have recently produced a music video with a tribute to the God of War franchise. I would sincerely appreciate if you could watch that video and hit a like, subscribe, and a comment. And if you didn't like it, hit a dislike. You know, it doesn't matter. But if you could, like, you know, just let me know your feedback on that video, I would sincerely appreciate it. I'm leaving that video, the link to that video, in the comment section below. Alright, I'll see you guys in the next video.